I mean, I think, Lord Winston's one of the most famous mustachioed people in public life, so I guess not.
They say that basically moustaches are mostly worn by insecure men, gay people, and sort of women on hormone therapy, I think. I mean, really politically incorrect now. So, actually, to be fair, when I grew this moustache, it was absolutely the thing to do. I grew it. I was producing a play in 1969 at the Edinburgh Festival, and at that time, moustaches were the thing. And I never shaved it off.
How important do you think it is to use TV as a medium to kind of engage with people regarding science?
Absolutely essential, I think. I mean, if you talk about the importance of engagement, measure it in terms of the number of people you can reach, then there is nothing to compare with television. I love giving talks, as I know Robert does. Public lectures, schools lectures, and it's great to get that immediacy, that watching someone be inspired by something in science. But if you can say the same thing and inspire a million people, then how can that not be a good thing?
Jim's right. A key issue is that not enough people are exposed to science in our society. There needs to be more literacy. Television is the first way of doing that on a practical basis, in popular terms. All sorts of inadequacies in our educational system, unfortunately, which need to be addressed, but there's no reason for public broadcasting to shun that responsibility.
So what can we expect from the talk tonight?
I think it's just getting to know something about Robert's public life and private life and his aspirations and what research he's been doing. People know him probably from TV, his TV appearances, Child of Our Times and so on, but there's a lot more that I know that he's involved with and that he's interested in, and we'd like to find out more. And of course he's now on the University of Surrey Council, so the University of Surrey is also keen to know what he thinks we're doing right and doing wrong, and maybe offer some advice. So maybe touch on those things as well.
I mean, I think the other thing about our conversation this evening, God knows how it'll turn out, but I mean, to be serious from it, I think both Jim and I feel that it's quite important for scientists to show their humanity. I mean, I think that, we tend to think of scientists either as mad or crazy, or dry, or doing things which are very hard.
Finally, anybody that's inspired by your work, particularly young people, what advice would you give them to get into the world of science?
I think it's important to tell young scientists, and not all people who present science agree with me. Some of our colleagues say the opposite, but I think it's important to tell them that science is not necessarily difficult. That actually, although it means some hard work and it can be often boring much of the time, there are moments of huge reward. And also to point out to them that people doing science primarily do it because they really believe it's going to better not them, but society. One last word about this. Governments talk about science improving our economy. It's such a shame that they focus so heavily on that. So much better to recognise that an understanding of science makes our society safer and healthier.